This is the Nerdball podcast brought to you by FortMegsCrossFit.com. They allow me to use this beautiful office for my podcast. If you need any information about their classes, they offer classes 7 days a week for any ages, any skill level. Check out FortMegsCrossFit.com. My guest today is someone I coached basketball with this past season. It's first time coaching basketball. So we talk a lot about Perrysburg girls basketball, a lot about family, and just have a good conversation. And I appreciate her. She came on last minute. As I had a cancellation. We had some difficulty scheduling somebody else that kind of dropped the ball on a little bit, but she was able to pick it up and come on this episode. So again, thanks to Fort Megs CrossFit for allowing me to use their space. And without further ado, here's my guest.
I'm Lexi Marshall, and this is the Nerdball podcast. This is the Nerdball podcast with Lorenzo Melcher.
Awesome. All right, Lexi, thanks for coming on. I literally texted you yesterday to come on the podcast.
I'm always ready.
I appreciate it.
Yes.
You're one closer to Ben now.
I am.
So I don't even know how many times Ben, I'm sure he knows the exact number.
I think it's 3.5 or 3 and a takedown. So.
I forgot about that takedown. 3 and a takedown.
Yep.
All right.
So I'm getting closer.
Yeah. So I got to spend more time with you than ever. Usually my wife's the one who spends time with you during football season, but I coached basketball with you this year.
Yes.
Which was an experience for me. It was good because we were good, right? The team went 14 and 15 and 1,
Mm-hmm.
14 and 1.
Yep.
But and I told you it's a lot different coaching girls.
Yeah.
Just girls. I've coached girls before, but it's co-ed, track and field. But it was a lot different because they make you work to be their coach.
They sure do. It's not an open invitation to just listen to you and trust you and all of that stuff.
Yeah, and even Sim said at the beginning too, before I even started, he said, "You just volunteer, but don't make it sporadic. They got to know, don't just show up on game days and that's it. They got to know you're going to be there and everything." So I try to do as much as I can with that. But yeah, it was difficult, but it made it worthwhile at the end. When it appeared they would listen to me.
Yes, absolutely. No, they did. And they loved you. They did. Whenever you were gone and couldn't make it or whatever, they were asking and they valued having you there for sure.
Well, that's good.
And I did a lot.
Yeah. So having never coached basketball before, I didn't know plays and I didn't know that kind of stuff. So that took me a while to figure that out. And even now I don't know. I mean, you gave me a play sheet and I left it there. So
Well, to be fair, it took me 5 tries to give it to you. I kept forgetting it, and then you left it right there.
But I just like learning a new thing, right? You learn from you, learning from Coach DeMars and Sims, watching the varsity. And everybody coaches so differently. It's
Yeah.
the same sport, the same girls for the most part, but everyone coaches so differently.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Yeah.
And the girls have to go from freshman to JV to varsity and have to learn how to play for completely different coaches. And that's everywhere, I feel like.
Do you have someone that you think of that helped you learn how to coach or be a coach or that you take stuff from?
Yeah, so I started coaching with DeMars. That was my first coaching experience right out of college, or out of high school, excuse me. I came back and volunteered with him my freshman, sophomore years of college.
Yeah.
So I think I talk a lot and I yell a lot and I stand up. So those are all DeMars traits.
Yeah.
Right. So a lot from that. And he's really successful.
Yeah.
Right. In what he does.
Yeah.
So.
Well, you do talk a lot, but I think because you would always ask me, I felt you'll let me do what I want to do or say or whatever. But I always felt like if I would ask you or tell you something that's how I would do it. And I didn't want you to be like me, but I wanted to do what you wanted to do. But there were a few things that we talked about, or you would ask me hey, how was that? Or what about this or that? Which I think is cool. It's important. You're the head coach but you're asking input, and that's, Kriegel has done that and Dirk has done that, so it's a good thing. But I remember one specifically when we were at, it was Saturday, we were at, was that Notre Dame?
Yep.
We talked after the game, we won, and you talked, and and I think that was one where I was like, well, at the end of the game, they just want to go home. So get them to go home, and then you can talk about stuff like that at practice,
Yeah.
But I do appreciate you wanting me to be not just be there, but be a part, more big of a part. So
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I mean, you have all the coaching experience. You've coached for a lot of years with a lot of people. And what's hard with basketball is I went down and coached JV in Hilliard, and I was by myself, no assistants or anything.
Yeah.
And then middle school at Bowling Green for a couple of years, by yourself. There's another like 8th grade coach or 7th grade coach, but with like football, you get lots of coaches.
Yeah.
You're always surrounded by their coaches, feeding off each other, checking each other. So really, it's just always been me, besides when I assisted for Ryan. So it's hard to like learn and get better at some things because you don't see it, or no one's there to like point you out to it, or you don't necessarily see it. Unless I were to go to like JV and varsity practices more, which I probably should do more. But 3 children and Ben Marshall at home is, difficult. So it's really nice to have that sounding board. And I'm like the biggest fan of criticism and growth. Like, tell me everything I'm doing wrong. I don't really care that much about what I'm doing good.
Yeah.
Because I'm doing it. So I'll just keep doing it. But like, tell me what I need to improve on and get better at. So that was really nice to have. That's
a hard thing for me even now because I run a crew at Glass City Metro Park, and even this was 2 years ago, my old boss, now he moved on. He's somewhere else now. And but he dumbed it down real easy for me and the other supervisor at shared office. He turned to my buddy and goes, "You need to be nicer." And he turned to me and goes, "You need to be meaner." And the way he dumbed it down, because that's difficult for me to like give criticism. It makes it a little easier when the person I'm giving criticism to keeps messing up, because then I'm like, all right, I've been trying to give you chances here, and it keeps, but that is a hard thing for me to do. Even when people say like, let me know what I'm doing wrong.
Yeah.
I don't want to like make people sad.
Yeah. No, I get it. It's uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Like a lot of people, it's not easy to be uncomfortable. I think in my life, I feel like I've always been making mistakes, and I've always been like a little bit behind on things. So I'm so used to it that it doesn't bother me at all. But yeah, I don't mind telling people when they're not doing what I expect them to do.
It's easy when I'm coaching because I don't know why it's easier with kids.
Yeah.
But at work, it's hard because I know this is their livelihood. Like, this is how they make their money. And it's hard for me to be like, well, you're doing a really bad job of it.
Yeah.
It's just,
I know. No, I feel that. Like, sometimes I'm told I'm too positive, like with the girls. Like like I'm saying, they want to hear what they're doing bad.
Yeah.
And all this. And then there are coaches that like ride on their girls and like let them know, but girls still love them. And you know what I mean? So it's so funny. I feel the same way sometimes, but there's just, I don't know, there's that sweet spot.
Yeah.
Still looking for it.
Yeah, I think you always look for it because it's always different for individual people too, right? One person can handle getting yelled at all the time. And one person, you have to talk to them and not yell at them. And it's learning all that. And then the season is so short, especially for freshmen. It's one thing if you're a varsity coach and you get these girls, depending on how good they are, 3-4 years.
Absolutely.
So you get to build relationships and get to build with freshmen. I coached freshman football for a while. You get them for one season and then you're moving on. You're like, all right, well, I got a whole new dynamic with this group now.
That's a really good point.
Yeah.
And the dynamic might be different than they're used to because some of the girls are going up to JV and varsity.
Yeah.
All that jazz.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it's like I said, it's something you always keep learning and figure it out. I think it's good for us though to have to like manage different personalities because I think it's just, as a person, it's just going to make you better.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. But now that the freshman season is over, and you have some more time, what's I usually ask people like what they're into. What I know during basketball season, it's basketball because that's what you're doing and it's your kids. But what are your do you have hobbies right now that you're into?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, so I was getting ready for this question. Right?
Yeah.
I'm like pumping myself up. Where am I going to go?
I don't remember what we talked about the first time you were on
there. It was me saying no to things.
Okay. All
like
right.
trying to learn to just say no, thank you. I don't want to do that. I don't want to volunteer for that. I'm not going to help you with this.
How'd that go, by the way?
Good.
Yeah. Okay.
Better.
Okay.
I was at Books A Million on Friday, and there's a book that says like the art of saying no.
Yeah.
So I went to go buy it, but it was $28. Man, and $28 for a book.
That's a lot.
I know. So I did not buy it, but I'm working on that.
You said no to the book.
I did. Yeah, that was a bad book name. So many people learned valuable information, but no.
Yeah.
No.
Thank you.
So yeah, I'm doing okay with that. So Ben and I we call it True Garage. We used to work out at a place called True Fit.
So now it's True Garage.
So we made our own True Garage.
All right.
So we've been working out a little bit more, and he is trying some intermediate fasting. And I'm trying to like find some greens to take, kind of take care of my nutrition.
Some more health stuff.
Yeah, we've always lived our lives that we like to work out, we like to be active, so we just eat whatever we want.
Yeah.
Like no attention at all to vegetables or fruits or calorie intake. And I like that lifestyle, but now that we're like in our mid-30s, things are changing.
Yeah.
It's time to like kind of look at that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Have you guys ever looked at one of those, I don't know what they're called, they're like food services or whatever, like HelloFresh or anything like that? Have you guys ever done those?
We have. We usually just do it for ourselves because they're kind of expensive. Like we'll make the kids their dinner and then do that. I think we did it during football season.
Okay.
A couple times whenever I get a good coupon.
Yeah.
For them. But yeah, it's kind of you feel bad about yourself, and I'm like making my kids eat a vegetable and a fruit at dinner, and then I make my plate with nothing on it. Like, oh.
I know, we do that. I think I might have told you before, we do our secret dinner where the kids go to bed and we eat whatever, So Lillian's figured out our system, not the secret dinner part, but we allow like certain amount of snacks. We can have one salty, one dessert, and then fruits and vegetables are unlimited. You can have as many of those as you want in a day. So Lillian's figured that out because she knows she can have a snack of her choosing, like goldfish, and also get a fruit or a vegetable at the same time.
Yeah.
So, but Mateo does not eat fruits and vegetables, and we tell him every time, like, your sister is 3 years younger than you. She knows she can get multiple snacks by adding fruits and vegetables. I'm like, just eat fruits and vegetables, man. It's not that difficult.
There's none, like strawberries, blueberries, or what do you keep at home?
So he'll eat fruit cups. So like mandarin oranges, peaches, and the little dole things. But we always have fruit because Lillian eats a lot of it, and I like it too. So we always have strawberries or blueberries, apples, bananas, applesauce. Like we have it there.
Yeah.
She eats whole peppers now, like apples.
Oh my
so
gosh.
she just downs those. So and he eats them if you put them on his plate for dinner.
Yeah.
He'll eat carrots. He'll eat bell pepper. He just won't do it for a snack. So sometimes he just won't get a snack.
Yeah.
I'm like, you can have one. Just eat a fruit or vegetable, man.
Yeah.
I'll peel an apple if you don't like the skin. Like all this stuff. I don't know.
Nah, I'm good.
But like I said, if they're on his plate for dinner or lunch, he'll eat it.
Yeah.
No problem. But I don't know.
Yeah, that's an interesting weird dance.
Yeah. It's a fight. We'll probably continue to fight until he figures out, like, well, I'm still hungry and I can eat this whole pint of strawberries.
Yeah, there's gonna hit that day and you're like, oh man, buddy. No, yeah. It's Marcy's doing that. She's so hungry before bed now, but she'll eat like 2 bites of her dinner. So we'll leave her plate out and be like, well, if you're so hungry.
Yeah. We've done that too, where she won't eat all, like one of the kids won't eat all their dinner. And so we'll just, all right, well, let's sit here. When you want a snack, you can have this dinner. And then they magically will eat the rest of their dinner, right?
Weird. All that stuff they hated. All of a sudden, not that bad.
Yeah.
Marcy,
by the way, I think that's the most I've ever talked to her at the game on, what day was that, Friday?
Friday.
Yeah. She's so fun. She's so cute. I would imagine she can go the other way too and be pretty scary.
No, yeah. She's so goofy.
Is she?
Oh my gosh. She like was talking to my mom on FaceTime, showing all of her cute little babies, and all of a sudden she turned one backwards the camera and like out of nowhere, and then just went with the next one.
Yeah.
Like nothing happened.
She was fun.
Oh, she gets hurt a lot. Right?
Oh,
so she used to wake up and I'd be like, my elbow hurts. I hurt my elbow. And all this so she's soft in that way.
Yeah.
But yeah, she's funny.
Which one's your favorite?
Oh,
no,
Penny asked Ben. all of them. Penny asked Ben the other night, who was your favorite child today?
Oh, just today.
Yeah, like on
just
that day.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, I don't know, Penny. I'm like, why are you asking that question?
Yeah.
Just because I asked him a couple days ago and he told me.
Oh, no.
Just for that day. And she goes, I'm probably it because I had a cavity filled today and I was good. Right, Dad?
He told me. I was gonna guess that he gave her an answer, but just not that day. Apparently, it was a couple days before.
Yep. And now she's gonna ask all the time.
Yeah.
And try and be that child.
Yeah.
All the time.
Well, I guess whatever makes him be good, right?
Yeah. You haven't been my favorite in 4 days, young man.
You're falling off the chart here.
Step it up.
You're going to have to switch rooms.
Yeah. Penny does have the big room.
Oh, does she?
She does.
How does she have the big one?
So part of it was we left the big room as the extra room when we first moved in. And I think I was pregnant right when I moved in. Okay, so we gave Sunny the farthest bedroom away from us when we moved in. Because whatever.
Yeah.
Stay away. And then I was pregnant right when we moved in, or I found out right after we moved in. So we put Penny right by our bedroom. So it's like easy. And then when we found out we were having Marcella, just her being the middle child, I thought that would be a nice little thing that she gets the biggest room.
Yeah.
And I also wanted the baby in the bedroom right next to ours.
Okay.
So instead of doing like a dance where Sunny got, I'm like, he's already the oldest. He's already, we spent the most time reading with him. We
parented him the best.
We did. Let's all be honest. Like, that's why our firstborns are always the smartest. You do. We sang him songs when he was in my belly and all that jazz. And so.
The other's like, Sonny will teach you.
Yeah, exactly. Oh my gosh. Speaking of, this morning, Ben Marshall, I was downstairs grading homework, doing all this stuff for a while. Marcy comes down without her diaper on. She sleeps with a diaper. She pees it a lot still. I'm like, oh, cool, Ben must be up, So it's like an hour later, and I go upstairs, and he's brushing his teeth. I'm like, are you, been brushing your teeth for a whole hour, or have you been up since Marcy? He's like, oh, no, I've been sleeping. I didn't even change her diaper. I told her to take it off and wipe herself and just go downstairs.
Oh, yeah.
And she did it. So usually, that'd be like, go get your sister maybe, or your mom, or, I'll get up. But so...
Oh my God.
Yeah, she did it herself, and she didn't even tell me. She just did it all. So she is his favorite today. Sure. Also.
I'm just gonna text him randomly, like, "Who's your favorite today?"
Yes, every day. Set a reminder in your phone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My brother taught me a lot of stuff, and then by the time my youngest sister was around, she had 3 older siblings. Actually, no, it wasn't even her. It was my sister right behind me, Misty. Me and my brother taught her to use the restroom.
Yeah.
But we taught her standing up because that's how we do it.
Oh my gosh, that is amazing.
And there was pee everywhere.
Oh, that is hilarious. Did you have her proper foot up or try anything? Or
I don't remember.
Stand there?
I don't remember exactly. I just know. Yeah, I think she was just standing there. And then we told my mom she was broken because she didn't have what we had.
Oh my goodness. Mom, it's really small or something. It's broken.
It's not there. But yeah, my mom said she came in, there was just pee all over the floor and stuff.
That is amazing.
But that's what older siblings have. Like, you teach them. My brother we taught her how to ride a bike. My brother taught me how to ride a bike. All that stuff. There was one thing we did not teach my youngest sister. We never had a pool. I think we had a pool one summer, and then we got rid of it. But none of us swam ever.
Yeah.
And my youngest sister was always outside. Just she'd take her bike and go to her friend's house. And we were at the end of the year baseball party that my mom and dad coached. And they had a pool at this person's house, and people were swimming or in it or whatever. And my youngest sister, Martina, jumps in, and we all freak out because she's little.
Yeah.
And then she pops up and just starts swimming around. All summer, she had been swimming at her friend's house, and we didn't even know.
Oh my! How old are we talking?
She had to be. Let's see. When we moved, she had to be 5, maybe.
Oh my gosh, that's amazing.
Maybe 6 or 7.
Yeah, but still.
Between 5 and 7. Yeah. Just
what's up, guys?
Yeah. And so we were about to jump. My dad was about to jump in. My dad doesn't know how to swim, but he was about to jump in and save her. She just pops up, starts swimming around. Yeah. She had been swimming all summer.
That is so cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
I love that. Independent woman.
Yeah.
I'll go find a pool and I'm going to figure it out.
That's what's so hard now is that we know exactly where our kids, for the most part, where they're at all the time. I remember in the summer, I don't even know if I ever would tell my mom we were leaving. We would just get on our bike and go to our friend's house or ride around the neighborhood or whatever. And that's just what we would do. Now it's, I'm going to go play, Lil will say, I'm going to go play with Vivian. I'm like, all right, see ya. And they live 2 houses down and they go play. And that's pretty much where they're at. I can always stick my head out. And as long as I can hear them, I know they're around somewhere. Mm-hmm. But very rarely do they ever just I find them somewhere else, around the neighborhood or whatever. But we would always do that.
Oh, yeah. Go adventure.
Yeah.
So here's my worry. They need to learn, their limits, right? Mm-hmm. And what's dangerous and not bad. So if we, know where they are all the time or, have that app that tells you how fast your 16-year-olds driving.
Yeah.
And you call them out on it.
Yeah.
Like, are they ever going to learn limits? But also you want to keep them safe, and you don't want them driving 110 miles, on the highway.
Yeah.
So like I don't know. What are we going to do when they're older?
So we do, Mateo has a phone and we have a thing on there that tells us where he's at. I would like to think, and I rarely use it because I know where he's at.
Yeah.
He's not like he's everywhere. So I would hope as he gets older that it's just not used, or it is used in those cases where like, see, even then, like, hey, you told me you're going to be here and you're not, and he's 15 or 16. Like, I don't know. I guess we'd have to come on when that's okay. I've talked to parents that their kids graduated now, but they are on vacations and they know where their kids are and their kids are in college.
Yeah.
Like, so I don't know if that's how you're supposed to use it or not either. It's weird because you're right. They got to make consequences. Now, if they're on the highway and it's 70 and they're driving 85, then you probably don't say anything about it, and then if they get a ticket, then you're like, well, I realized you were, but I was just going to let you do what you do. My dad did that to me when I made a purchase that I probably shouldn't have made because I needed to use his credit. I didn't have enough.
Yeah.
I bought big rims for my car at the time. And my dad even said, like, I knew this probably wasn't the smartest thing to do, but you had to figure it out yourself. And I paid it off. It wasn't an issue. Everything was fine. But he was right. Like, I probably shouldn't have done it, but he wasn't going to tell me what to do,
Yeah.
So I don't know. There is a fine line there somewhere where it's, as they get older, we're just going to have to figure it out.
Oh. I was at Wendy's once. We were freshmen, and sophomore boys drove us to Wendy's, and I butt dialed my mom because it was like that brick phone, and I was like borrowing it from my sister or something.
Yeah.
And she called me later. She's like, "Oh, what'd you do tonight?" And I'm like, "Oh, just hung out at Annie's. Didn't go anywhere."
Oh, no.
She's like, "Oh, how was your junior bacon cheeseburger?" I got ground for that one.
I was saying, did she punish you for that?
She sure did.
Yeah.
Yes. So
she sure did.
Yeah. I'm wondering, it's like, so, that caught me, my phone caught me, and I shouldn't have been doing that, but I don't know.
I just did so much, like, most of being a parent is being a hypocrite because all the stuff you do as a child, as someone in high school, you're just like, why are you doing that? It's like, well, because I wanted to. And at the same age, I'm like, well, I guess that's my reason too when I did that particular thing,
So I have a theory on this.
Yeah.
So my mom was very bad in high school, like smoking cigarettes in the bathroom, like sneaking out, all that stuff. But like a good human. Love Kelly Pickard.
Yeah.
So she was really tough on me, like very strict. She knew all the tricks. Like I was not passing anything by her.
Yeah.
And then Ben's mother was an angel, like amazing. Married at, I think, 18 or 19, like sewed her kids' clothes, like National Honor Society, perfect.
Yeah.
She was really relaxed, and Ben Marshall like made some choices in high school and college, and she had no idea. She was like blind to them because she didn't have the experience.
Yeah.
So it's like an every other generation type thing because I have no idea, if my kids were doing something, I'd be like, "Oh, you look great. How are you? Everything seems fine."
Your diaper's off? Oh.
Yeah, whatever. And Ben Marshall's going to look and be like, "I see you. I know what you're doing right now. Like, I can smell that. I can whatever."
Yeah.
So, I don't know. So, luckily, Ben and I are together.
I was just saying, it's going to work. It should work to your advantage because there's a middle there somewhere.
Yes. Yeah. Hopefully, our kids are screwed on that part. Sorry, you don't get it.
No, they'll still find ways to hide things.
Yes.
Yeah, everyone always does. I'm sure there was. I mean, you'd have got away with if you didn't butt dial yourself.
That's true.
That one, right?
That one.
So there's a few things I would imagine you got away with still.
Yeah, that's pretty much as crazy as I got. Going to Wendy's with the sophomore boys. That we toilet papered people all the time.
Yeah,
that was fun.
I don't know if we've ever done that.
Oh yeah, and my neighbors get toilet papered all the time, so I'm glad it's still alive and well.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was an actual toilet in their front yard one time.
Oh my god!
A couple of weeks ago, a grocery cart in the other neighbor's yard. It's fun. I love that stuff.
Well, if it keeps happening to your house, though, I don't know how much fun it would be.
That's fair. That would not be fun. I always had to clean it up at my house, and I grew up on 5 Point Road, a lot of trees. It was not fun to clean up, but worth it.
Yeah. Well, your parents seem nice now. They're always very friendly, and I talk to them at the games, and they go to every game, which is cool. You know, like saying hi to them, wave to them, and stuff. So
yeah, they're amazing, and they love the kids a lot. So my dad worked a lot. He was an electrician, and then worked like after work a ton, just always busy doing stuff.
Yeah.
So it's really cool seeing him like with all this time to spend with the kids, and he does so much with them. So it's cool to see.
Yeah, it's nice having. Are Ben's parents around here too? Still?
His dad moved out of state.
Okay.
And then his mom recently moved to Delta.
Oh, okay.
She was remarried, so we see her a lot. She has us over for dinner and stuff like that. Okay. But there's a big difference, being an hour away and 5 minutes down the street. So
that's how my grandparents were about 45 minutes away, but my other grandparents were about a 24-hour car ride away in Texas. So so I spent all the time with my grandparents. It was fun there. But I like that my kids are around a lot, or they can see their grandparents a lot.
Yeah, they got all of them, all four.
Yep,
right here.
Yep. Yeah,
that is nice.
A lot of babysitters.
Yes, free babysitting.
Yeah.
It's the best kind.
I do want to go back to basketball because right now the varsity's in the tournament.
Yes.
They just won a game against Notre Dame. And we were there, and it was so like when I get nervous, I start shivering, and I can't for whatever reason, I can't help it. So I was shivering most of the game, and Andrea was laughing at me. Because it was a close game the entire game.
Yes.
Andrea really liked that girl on St. Ursula that was clapping.
Yes. Notre Dame. Yes.
Notre Dame.
In her defensive stance.
Yes. And she was really good. She was real quick and real good, could stay in front of the girls. I don't. The clapping was okay, and I told Andrea, she goes, "What happened?" I go, "Well, she was clapping, which is fine." But then she clapped right in a girl's face, and that's different. That's taunting. You can't do that.
Yeah.
She's like, I don't know. She goes, I like the clapping. I go, yeah, I agree. It's cool. It's good. And she's good. She can back it up. It's not like she's some scrub or whatever.
Yes.
But yeah, once she did it in her face. And then like all our fans was like, yes, thank you. Because there's a lot of people who don't like that.
Yes. Yeah. Because she was intense. And defense has gotten pretty intense in girls basketball in recent years. Like they let them touch a lot more and do stuff like that. But yeah, I mean, she was good. And it throws the point guard off their game, and it pumps her up probably and helps. But yeah, the hand right in the face and clapping right there is a little much.
Yeah. And I agree with that too. I think that was what, obviously what got her the tech. And then she never clapped anymore.
No, she didn't. No, yes. And I hope he told her, you know what I mean? Like, this was okay, but this is where you cross the line, or this, please don't do it anymore. Like, I hope he was clear with her.
That guy, I've seen that guy. He does football too.
Oh, really?
He's a really good guy. I used to officiate football with him. I can't remember his name now, but he was always one. He does explain. He does let you talk as a coach, like as long as you're being respectful. Like he lets you talk, and he'll answer questions and everything. Which I saw. I think Sims asked him something about one of the plays too, and he wasn't happy with the call. But I heard the official goes because he's like. I think Sim was like, well, how did she get called for a foul here and we didn't get a foul down here? And right away he goes, I don't have anything to do with that. I don't know about that.
Yeah.
And then he explained the one down there, So he seemed to explain stuff. So hopefully you're right. He did explain to her. One of my favorite things to see, because I don't really notice coaches when we're on the sidelines for football. I don't notice their mannerisms or whatever because I'm focused on giving signals and then coaching kids and doing that kind of stuff. But Coach Sims is very animated.
Yes.
And I do enjoy watching him coach because he is very animated.
He is. Oh my gosh. He hasn't done it lately, but the best move is he like does little stomps and pumps his arms at the same time like he's running as fast as he can while sitting. That's a personal favorite of mine.
He does do a stomp.
Yes.
Which is entertaining. But yeah, it was just funny to me. But he's a good coach. And, all that is part of being a coach. All that, you can't help be you when you're out there, especially in the midst of, pressure situations or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
But I think, obviously the girls are playing for him. They're used to all that kind of stuff. Or it's not one of those things that's out of the blue and it throws them off.
Yes.
They're used to everything.
Yeah. And I noticed last night, for really the first time, right before like the timeout after it was called, he would like take a minute. Like, because he was worked up. He was animated, right? Yesterday. He would take a minute and think or say something to Ryan or ask, and then go in for the timeout.
Yeah.
And always came in so cool at the timeouts and knew what he was going to say and, like, said it well. He's
never animated when he's talking to them during timeouts, which is a good point. Yeah.
Yes, because a lot of coaches are still. They carry that over into the timeout and do that.
Well, because it's so short. Sometimes they're only 30s. And even the fulls are only minutes. So it's so short. You got to get your point across without being, you got to be under control.
Yes.
Right, to get your point across. And there was one, he might have done it more. There was one I specifically remembered towards the end of the game where I saw him drink water, and I think I don't know, it might have been Coach Ross was talking first, but he was out inside just drinking water and then coming in, like you said. Yeah. It was cool. It was cool to see.
Yeah, it is. I love watching him. He's coached for so long in different sports. And before the game, yesterday, he reminded them. He's like, "This is supposed to be fun, girls. Don't forget."
I heard him say it during timeouts too.
Yeah, like play as hard as you can. Like do everything you can to win. Be tough. Be strong. But remember, this is fun.
Yeah,
like, that's cool.
Yeah, especially from a varsity coach in the tournament. It's not like you're playing mommy. Like this is a tournament game, and if you lose, we're done, and that's it.
And we have a lot of history with Notre Dame.
Yes,
we love to beat them,
and it's gonna continue because I noticed when they did their starters, they're all sophomores and a freshman, maybe a junior, and that's how we are too. So it's all gonna be the same.
Yes, it's gonna be a good couple of years.
And now there's a Perrysburg girl that transferred there, so it makes it even a little better.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun.
Yeah, I saw her when we were walking out, and I explained to Andrea what the story was with that. And actually, her dad, I don't know if I might have told you, her dad coached Mateo's flag football team.
Okay.
So he at the beginning of the season, he made a comment that said like, "Well, there's a lot of guards. I don't know if there's going to be some girls, might not get much playing time. Then some you might lose some." And in my head, I'm like, "Okay, so your daughter's probably going to transfer then." But I didn't say it to him, and then that's ultimately what happened.
Yeah.
But, it's not her fault.
Right?
No. So, so I thought it was such a good game, and then it made it. It was so frustrating because we would do so well, and then like 3 turnovers and they're back in the game, like up 6 or 7, and then it's tied or they're ahead. And it was getting really frustrating. I was like, just limit those things so much, and it's just us just turnovers.
Yeah,
it's a huge deal yesterday.
Yeah, and Sim said that before the game. We can't defend those live ball turnovers.
Yeah,
like that we'll do amazing defense when it's controlled and our defense, but letting them get steals or just do unforced stuff and layups, we can't defend that. They're good at that.
And even Ryan said during JV games, like, I'd rather take a 5-second call than you just throw it away.
Yes. Yeah. And I don't think the girls understand that well because they don't often. They freak out, And I did a couple drills where it's like 5 seconds of pivoting or 4.5. And 4.5 seconds of dribbling in place. And then another 4.5 seconds of pivoting because you can do that, right? Without a whistle being blown. You can... whatever. It's hard concept. They just want to go, go, go. It's a fast game, but sometimes like, okay, hold on.
Yeah.
Don't throw it away. Just relax.
Yeah, because you're right, because it's guaranteed 2 points for the most part.
Yeah.
If they do that.
And a swing of momentum. They're all pumped and
That 3-pointer they hit at the end of the game with like 1.6 seconds of, I think I was like, oh my gosh, let's get this game over with.
Oh, I know, and I didn't think they had a timeout left because he'd called so many.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, oh cool, we're up by 4. Let her shoot it. Yeah. Even if she makes it, you walk to the out of bounds. By the time you get it, you have 5 seconds, whatever. I'm like, oh no. Yeah. Timeout called.
So I told Andrea, I was like, Andrea, here's what I would do, and they're probably gonna do this. I was like, all I would do is do like you're gonna do a play, and then just send somebody deep and throw it.
Yeah.
I was like, and then hope somebody touches it. The worst thing is no one touches it, and they get the ball underneath.
Oh my goodness, yeah.
But that's exactly what happened, and
look at you.
We got it, and the game was over.
You've learned so much. You're ready.
You're ready.
You're up. I'm calling right now. Chuck Jaco.
I would do more. I think I would do more with basketball, but my job just prevents me from doing that. Not even just like being a supervisor, but just being winter in general. So
that's what I was going to ask. Yeah, is it the season that is harder?
Yeah, because it's unpredictable for all that kind of stuff. So I could say like, I'll be there Saturday for a game, and then it snows, and Saturdays we don't have a full crew, so I might have to go in, or I have to call people to see if they want to go in, offer overtime, that kind of stuff. So it's just a little more unpredictable. So I think unfortunately I'm gonna have to just be a volunteer for basketball for eternity.
Yeah, but that's good though.
It was fun. I really liked it. It was fun, and it's still going right now. This episode's coming out. So tonight the game was at Central against Springfield. I believe I saw.
Yes, yes. Oh, it'll be Thursday.
Yes. Yep. So the game will be tonight at Central at 6:00. So hopefully you have tickets before now. But it's exciting, and I like that the kids like to go, and Andrea likes to go. I carted Andrea around everywhere this weekend. I turned her at the game at the end of the game. I go, thanks for going everywhere with me, because we, Mateo and I went to the Hall of Fame. Then we all went to the basketball game, and then that day before we went to the boys basketball game Friday night. Then before the girls' basketball game Saturday, we went to hang out with my friend at Tony Pacco's downtown, the one I got inducted.
Oh, yeah.
So we hung out with him and his family, and then went over to the lake to watch the girls' basketball game. And I was like, "You're everywhere all the time with me, and it's my fault." And she goes, "No, I have fun. It's fun being here." And
Yeah.
everything. So
She's a good sport.
yeah, but she just gets carted everywhere.
Yeah.
And it's never like, "Hey, let's go see this art exhibit," or "Let's go do this thing." It's always like, "Okay, what Perrysburg event are we going to?"
Yep. Put your black and gold on, girl.
Yeah, that's all it ever is.
No, but she knew that. I mean, you've always been, right? She knew what she's getting into.
Yeah,
Same with us. And that, I like it. Ben and I were lucky. We get into all the games and stuff for free, like home games. So we always go into a lot of things, and that's good for the kids too.
I wanted to go to the hockey game yesterday. We just could not make it happen.
Me too. My heart was I told the boys I was going to go, try everything I could. And I wanted to go watch wrestling.
Yeah.
NLL championship. I was trying to figure out how to make it all work.
Just can't.
No, I know.
It's hard. They so the hockey team lost 3-4. They're against St. John's in their playoff game, so they're done. I did get I love Sam Yonker. He's one of my favorite people.
I have him in class. He is amazing, by the way.
Yeah. So I got his number from his mom. I got to call him today and talk to him about the game. And then the wrestling team clinched the title before the final matches. I saw on Twitter, because they had somebody in the finals in every weight class except the highest two, 215 and 285. But even that, I think 215 we got third. I think
that Bowden.
No, that was Ben Sawaya.
Oh yeah.
And then Bowden got fourth in 285. Okay. Yeah, which his is first year wrestling ever.
Oh yeah, which is amazing. yeah. Absolutely.
And he's so I would have loved to see him wrestle, because he's so calm, and his face never changes, even when we're playing football.
Yeah.
So I'd like to see him when it's just him and another guy, what he looks like and how his demeanor is and everything. Yeah.
He gets a game face on more so, or
or what it is. But it's exciting for them. They went, like you said, they crushed everybody else. I think they had almost 300 points. It was 280 some, I think, and then the next second place was 190.
Oh my gosh!
So it's exciting. The wrestling team's been good since I can remember when Sam Cotterman was the coach. They were good, and now with their new coach, they just, their program is just really good.
Yeah.
So they're really good at that.
All the youth program, man.
Yeah.
It's amazing what a correlation there is between youth programs and success in high school programs.
Yeah, because I think they had an open, come try this out. And we took Mateo there when he was 5 or 6, rolling around doing stuff. And that was all. He was like, "No, I'm good. I don't want to do it anymore."
Yeah, Sonny did it for one season.
Did he?
Yeah, he cried a lot. He was so soft. So we're like, we need to do something. You have 2 sisters. Let's toughen you up. Let's do something that's, difficult.
Yeah.
So he did it, and he did well. He got pinned a lot. We learned a lot. Ben and I we're athletes. We can teach our kids any sport. No, there's so much technique.
Yeah.
In wrestling. And the all-day Sunday events, the wrestling just all weekend. I can't sit in the stands for 6 hours every Sunday.
So you're like, you don't like this,
yeah,
do you?
No, yeah, you're right. No, that was shorts were too tight, right? You're uncomfortable. I thought you were uncomfortable. Right?
I could see it. Yeah. You're like, "No, Mom, I really love everything." No, you don't.
No, those shoes, they're weird. Your feet don't fit in those shoes, right, buddy?
They're weird.
Yeah. So, but it was good. He still likes to wrestle around, but
yeah, just not organized.
Yeah. No. Sorry, tried.
What does he like to do? What's his favorite
sport?
So
he is obsessed with football.
Okay.
He really likes defense. He wants to be an all-star defender.
Yeah.
And I've been trying to push basketball slowly, and he's really liked junior jackets this year.
Nice.
He just did the clinic, so it's just practice once a week with a nice scrimmage. And he just hustles, which I appreciate that about him. So definitely not the best, shooter or dribbler or anything like that, but he hustles a lot.
Yeah.
And we're gonna have him play baseball this year. We took last year off so we could be at the cottage a little more. So he's excited. He's just nervous he's going to have to pitch. Buddy, don't worry. I'm sure if you don't want to, there's probably 10 kids that want to.
And what grade is he in? I always forget.
Second.
Okay, yeah. So he's doing through the PADSC, right? Okay. Yeah, that's I think I can't remember when kids start pitching.
I think it might be that year.
Yeah.
Is it first, second?
I think so.
Yeah.
I can't remember.
Because I was the coach when they were in kindergarten.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Pre-KK? Or
Yeah,
pre-K1. Or maybe it was pre-K1.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so I had to pitch.
Yeah.
That's hard.
I've done that. Well, even now, I still have to do it with softball.
Oh, when
So
they get too many.
It's 8U now, so when because you just walk everybody if you don't have a good pitcher. And now if they walk someone, like if my team is batting, if they walk someone, then I'll go out to pitch to my girls.
Yeah.
And they hit. Yeah.
It's a lot of pressure. You want to give them a good one. You don't want to make them.
In some tournaments, you only get a certain number of coach pitches.
Yeah.
So if you don't do it well, then they're out regardless.
Yeah.
Like, sorry, that one was on me.
Yeah. My bad. I'll give you an extra cupcake after the game or something. Like, I'm so sorry. You didn't get to get on base today.
Yeah, it's fun though. It's fun. So what do I know for me, when I was like a junior high football coach and then a freshman coach, I would just try to, when I was a junior high coach, I would just go stand on the sideline. Then when I was a freshman coach, I would try to ask Kriegel, is there something I can do specifically for you on Friday nights, and try to help. What do you, I guess what's your mindset when you're for varsity games, you're sitting there on the bench? What are you just, what do you do? Or what do you?
Yeah, not a lot. I'm more just listening and learning. I didn't get to go to any of the practices last week. So they were all giving me crap for just showing up to the games. I'm like, I'm just an overdressed water girl tonight. Don't worry. So I just like it. I like the girls a lot. It's good to be there and just talk with them and help pump them up and then just really listen. I wish I could go more to JV and varsity practices and things like that. It just makes for such a long night.
Oh, yeah.
Even on game nights. I love sitting on the bench with JV and, varsity, but, I get to school at 8:00 and then stay after for freshmen, and then JV's right then varsity's right after. So it's now 8:30 and,
It's
so
long.
It's hard. Yeah, it's absolutely hard.
That's what I told Andrea when we were coming home from the basketball game. We went out to sidelines after that to hang out, and we pulled in at 11. I go, man, this feels like a football night. I was up all day at work.
Yeah.
Went to school to watch a game. Then went out, and but they make for long days. Yeah.
They do.
Yeah.
And Ben was talking to actually Dirk about just the coaching, the different seasons. And football's nice how it's every Friday.
Yes.
And Ben could even come home and get the kids from school on Friday before the game and help me pack the little snack bag and all that jazz. Basketball's hard. No, it's Tuesday this week, not Thursday.
Yeah.
Now Wednesday and Friday, Saturday.
Oh, they picked us the Saturday game? Okay,
yeah. Oh, no, yeah. They canceled this one. Let's drive out to Sandusky this night so and that's also difficult.
To not have a set schedule.
Yeah. Yeah. But figure it out.
Yeah.
Now it's over. We survived, right? It's almost, but mid-February.
Well, the freshman year is over anyway.
Yes.
I have a favorite moment, but from freshman year, what's something that stands out to you?
So the Napoleon game, you were not there, so I don't want to make you feel sad. But we beat them by 1 the first time.
Yes.
And then the second time, we had a good week of practice beforehand. Just box out, do little things, hustle, work hard, and everything clicked.
Yeah.
That was just a game where every single girl was doing little things right. The controllables. They worked hard and did all the boxing out, all the great passes, all the teamwork, all the talking to each other on defense, pumping each other up. So that was just I couldn't stop smiling after that game. Just such a proud mama moment. Oh my goodness. They know it.
Yeah.
They learned it. They can do this. And we beat them by a lot.
Ben immediately texted me. I remember it's this was the best game.
Yes,
played.
no, I texted you. That was me.
Oh yeah,
from
sorry.
Ben's phone
because
I didn't have my phone. But I don't think I told you it was me.
No, you did not.
No, I did not. I was just It was so cool.
Yeah, well, that's good. Yeah, because because that was our first game of the year, right? Was against Napoleon, and we had I think we even had 4 JV girls. So then to be able to do that without them, was nice too.
Yeah, that was fun. That and then beating Northview. It's just always going to be a really top happy thing for me. Yeah, I only beat them once my senior year at home.
Oh, really?
Lost every other time to them. And then I think only once, the 2 years I helped DeMars, we only beat them once at Northview, I believe. He would remember. He remembers all that stuff. I'm the worst at remembering it. So we beat them big. Last year we beat them, which was beautiful. This year we beat them big at home.
Yeah,
Remember, they
yeah.
didn't score at all in the first half.
Yeah, yeah.
And then the second time we played them was very close, and Cameron got that last second.
Yeah, that was
layup.
cool. Yeah, I wasn't at that one either.
Yes, yeah, all the good ones, Lorenzo. Missing all the
that
fun.
was, but I did see the video, so that
Yes.
was fun too to see that.
Yeah, so those are probably.
To see, like, especially winning at the buzzer like that, because a lot of them don't get excited. I mean, they're happy or whatever, but they don't like get super excited. So to see that, like to see them cheer, be excited, and the JV girls were standing right there too. So that was pretty cool.
Yeah, that was cool.
The one thing I remember is when we just had pizza in your room. Like they all were so different.
Yes.
Good different. Like they because they knew, well, we're not practicing and this isn't a game. This is just us hanging out. And it was a lot of fun to see like because their personalities came out more than ever that day. And I was just there for 45 minutes and it was just cool.
Yeah. Girls were hanging out and talking with each other that don't normally like talk a lot during practice or anything.
Yeah.
And yeah, why is that? Why is it so easy to be happy when you're not on the basketball court?
Because they like playing basketball. Like otherwise you wouldn't be there or you wouldn't have signed up to play, So I don't know. I mean, I think that's with every sport though. It's just they know there's no wrong answer. Maybe maybe there's nothing they can do wrong right now. They're just hanging out and playing Uno and eating pizza. So maybe there's no pressure of anything. Even though, like for me, there shouldn't be in practice pressure, but I think it's just the fact that they can still be wrong. About whatever.
Yeah. And with so few girls at a practice, like when you mess something up or whatever, it's like pretty obvious. Or you're having a bad day. It's pretty obvious. So maybe that's a lot of pressure. Like I don't want to be the loose, you know what I mean? Or the weak link today in practice. There's only 8 of us or 6 of us or 5 of us or 2 of us in practice today. So yeah, that was fun. Yeah. We need to do something. Penny wants to have a pancake breakfast with all of the girls because Mom, who doesn't love pancakes?
Yeah.
So she also wanted to make basketball Christmas ornaments.
Okay.
This idea came like 3 weeks ago. So.
Like what? Like for next year? No, right now.
Yep. Yep. She's fun. She's fun. So we'll have to do something with them.
Yeah. Yeah. It was a fun year, and I appreciate you teaching me a lot of stuff, and it was fun coaching with you. And I always thought it was funny. I thought it was funny that Andrea would hang out with you during football season, and then she was hanging out with Ben during basketball
absolutely.
season. Yeah.
What are we gonna do this spring?
Yeah, I know.
What's the game plan? Here.
Well, Mateo is doing PABSE also.
Nice.
And then Lillian has travel softball. That baton, man, the baton takes up so. She does it 3 days a week.
That's a lot.
She has a competition in 2 weeks in Columbus at the Arnold.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So she has a competition there. Last year we went, Mateo and I, because sometimes she'll do something in the morning, and then like 4 hours later she'll do something else. So Mateo and I would take the little bus to downtown and walk around the Arnold and stuff. To see whatever. There isn't a lot of like kid things there, but there was a few things that he was into. But I love expos, I guess they're called, where it's just all these different. That's some of my favorite things to do. I just like walking around and seeing things. I think I bought some spices last year there was a guy that was selling spices there, Spice Beast, I think. There was a energy drink company there that were handing out free samples of their new flavor, which was sherbet, which was awesome.
Ooh, that sounds good.
Yeah, and then I learned I was like, I can't really like drink these really quick on an empty stomach. I got pretty sweaty and pretty jittery.
Yeah, talk about shaking.
Yeah.
I'm sure you were.
it was pretty crazy, but it was a good time. Then I sat down with Mateo and some friends that he had, and we watched people like throw. The competition was throwing bags of sand over like whatever height it was, but there was a competition, so we sat and watched that. So it's a pretty cool time to be down there.
Cool.
Yeah,
I'll check that out.
We didn't see Arnold, but
does he come every time? Is he always there?
Yeah, yep. Sometimes he goes to the baton competition.
Aww.
And just makes an appearance or whatever. There was a man doing baton last time, like
adult man.
Yes, yeah, full like giant beard and everything, doing baton, which is pretty like. At first, I'm like, "What's happening here?" But he was good, and he was like super into it.
Yeah,
like wanting to do well. But I don't know like where he fit in a category. Like, is he just by himself in a category? Like, because it's all ages and
50
stuff.
plus
so,
male.
Not that old, maybe 35 plus, something like that. But yeah, they're fun. They're just so infrequent. Like that's why I like softball and volleyball and basketball. Like all these things happen more, so I can see them do more things.
Yes.
So
watch them grow. And baton's like all year round though, or did she get a summer break or anything?
No, all year round. Actually, summer is the biggest competition. Is July is nationals or internationals in Canton, Ohio.
Yeah.
So last year, Mateo and I took a day, went to the Hall of Fame, NFL Hall of Fame. But yeah, that's a big one. There's 3 big ones. It's that one, the one at the Arnold, and then there's one in Ida, Michigan. That's pretty big too. But it's, again, they're so infrequent. It's like you do all this practicing and all this build up, and then you get to, besides parades and stuff, you get 4 competitions a year or something,
So it makes sense they have to practice often, because otherwise you'd be so out of it, like, once a week or every other week, you know what I mean? You wouldn't keep your skill level up, probably.
Yeah, and she does not like to practice at home, so I'm glad it's 3 times a week. So she gets practice.
Yes, get in there.
She just does not want to do it at home, ever.
Yeah?
Yeah.
No mirror? Like, does she like being able to watch herself do it? Or
no,
I wonder what it is.
I don't know. She'll practice baton with things that aren't the baton. I'm like, Lillian, just grab your baton and do it. I don't want to. She has like a broomstick or this little toy or something. I was like, Lil, you're doing baton moves. Just use your baton.
Yeah, you're going to get a splinter.
Yeah. Like... I don't know. She just doesn't, for whatever reason. I don't know.
That's
she just
funny.
Doesn't want to do it. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. She's going to try volleyball this year. She wants to, which I think she'll like.
Yeah.
But we'll see how all that fits in. I don't know, because she's so into baton, and, as she gets into high school and junior high and high school, like baton, especially if she wants to be a majorette, that's football season and volleyball season are the same.
Yeah.
So we'll see when we cross that bridge, but she wants to try it all, and we'll keep trying it all until she finds something. I asked her yesterday, I was like, will you play softball if I'm not the coach? Because I don't know if I'm going to be the coach again.
Yeah.
If I want to do it. She's like, maybe. So definitely this year, the only reason she's playing is because I'm the coach, but I don't know how it's going to go in the future.
Well, she did the basketball camp last year.
She did. She liked that.
Like won some of the competitions and stuff.
We signed her for junior jackets, and then she ended up not wanting to do it.
Yeah.
So, because it is a lot. I think it was Wednesdays, so she had to go right from baton to junior jackets. So we didn't want to push it really.
Yes.
So we'll see what she wants to do. But she likes the camp, because she even recognized Haley.
Yeah.
And said, that was my coach when I was at the camp. And then she recognized one of the other ones too that were there. So she liked that part of it. It was fun.
Yeah.
But we'll see. She's going to try some volleyball stuff too.
That'd be cool.
So
yeah.
Hopefully she does something.
Oh, yeah. I am not worried about that. They'll be doing things for sure. Having fun.
So, well, I appreciate you coming on here. Like I said, it was last minute, but I appreciate you coming out here and talking with me. We were going to save this episode so I could put one out while I'm out of town, but now I got to do something else. So
not Ben Marshall. That's my only request.
Megan Yarnell wants to beat out Ben Marshall too, so she wants to come back on. But before we go, I want to say thanks to Fort Meigs CrossFit again for allowing me to use their space. Check out their website, fortmeigscrossfit.com, for any classes. For any age range, any skill level, check out their website. Again, thanks Lexi for coming out here.
Yeah, have a good one.
Thanks to my guest again, Lexi Marshall, for coming on the podcast. I appreciate her coming on such short notice. But it was a great conversation. Like I said at the beginning, great conversation just about basketball, about family, about kids. Just great to have her on here. Again, look for my other podcast on the Nerdball Network or Nerdball Studios. It's 3 different dads. Me, Tyler, and Jim just talk about dad stuff. Every Wednesday morning we put out an episode, so please check that out. Wherever you listen to this, just search 3 different dads. Please rate and review this podcast. We're on YouTube now at the Nerdball Podcast, so we're always looking for more subscribers, more listeners, so please do that. And if you want to be on the podcast, reach out to the Nerdball Podcast at gmail.com. I'm on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Check all that out. Interact with me. Again, if you want to come on, reach out. I'll be more than happy to schedule you to come on. Thanks again for the studio space from Fort Meigs CrossFit. If you need to know any information about them, just type in fortmeigscrossfit.com. Thanks to Cuttlefish Graphics for the logo, Real JP Multimedia for all the help they've done for this podcast, Perrysburg Junior High STEM Lab, and Big Daddy Graphics. Thanks for listening. We'll see you next time.